Welcome back, what the fuckers, what the fuckheads. What's going on? It's Sarah Bell and Shane O'Connor. It's time to. We got nothing for you. It's time for Survivor.
Yeah, we're going back in time. Woo, we need a sound effect.
Woo! Back when Jeff had his original face. Ooh. Yeah, no hair blows. Still wearing Columbia.
Yeah, man, he's gotten too much work done. It upsets me every time I think about it.
But we're going back. We got a couple more weeks till season 46 or 45.
Only a couple
season
more
46.
Weeks?
I think it's February with the 2 in it. So I think that's 2 or 3 weeks. We're away from fresh content, everybody.
Oh, wow.
All right. But until then, season 7 is on Netflix. And I had never seen it. Sarah had watched it when she was a youth.
It's also on Hulu if you have Hulu instead of Netflix.
And, of course, Paramount Plus.
Oh, you gotta hit that Paramount Plus.
But yeah, so I watched the whole thing. I was enraptured. And
I can't believe you watched the whole entire thing already.
I'm a bit of a Survivor fan. A lot of people have been doubting me, but this will prove it.
Yeah, man. All right, so this is back when they would go to different cities all the time too, which was cool.
I love that. I loved the themes. They kept doing pirate theme stuff no matter how awkward it was. They have them shoot cannons at one point. They also shoot a gun, and they throw like a dagger or something.
Irish pirate music playing in the background a bunch of times.
Oh my god, there is a bunch of weird
The
music.
music is crazy in this first episode.
They did it was like a white lady wailing towards the end, after Johnny Fairplay got voted out. Fairplay. He does this so much. His hands are glued to his shoulders with 2 fingers out. He's like Richard Nixon if he was cool or something. It was just
so funny because yesterday I was trying to find. I had posted that I was a picture of Danielle Bergolis, but I actually played her as a character. You know, the Cash Me Outside chick from Dr.
Cash Me Outside.
Cash Me Outside. How about that?
How about that?
So I was looking for a picture of her, and I actually, one year when I lost Philly's Funniest, I think it was the second year I was doing comedy, I posted a picture of Johnny Fairplay with his fingers like this, and it was just lost Philly's Fart Fest. I'll see you traitors next year or something like that.
I'm just trying to be the most hated survivor of all time. And
I loved him. All right, but let's
really
focus on. You are going so far ahead. Was he the first person voted out?
No, he made it to the final.
That's what I'm saying.
3.
You're already talking about when he got voted out.
I just watched the episode.
Yeah, but you're too
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. I was flabbergasted that they have him row to a town in Panama and give them money to buy supplies. That blew my mind.
Well, they also tricked them. They lied to them and told them that they were only taking casting photos.
Oh, yeah, that's how Lil got in the scouting costume. Yeah, that was funny.
And
But they kept doing that for years, and people kept doing it.
Yeah, you can only do that once. You can only trick people with the same thing once. Or maybe twice.
No, they've been Pearl Islands, they tricked them. Or was this Pearl Islands?
This is Pearl Islands.
I'm thinking of the Race War season. Micronesia, I think. Yeah, they all come out in suits and stuff again. I don't know. You gotta watch the show or you don't. But everybody yelling at the Panamanians was pretty outrageous.
Made me so annoyed. The one lady freaking out.
Oh yeah, he's like, "You stole my money. You didn't give me any wheat." And then Sandra's just like, "Hola, mucho fudo, please," and unheralded how well she carried the tribe with just being able to speak Spanish, just remembering Spanish 101, 102, and possibly 103.
Yeah. Also, this first part where they had to be the pirates and go to the thing, Rupert steals the shoes.
Yes. Yeah, he friggin' pulled a Russell.
And this was always my point, and I think I said this before. Maybe I didn't on here, but because I talk about Survivor too much. But it's he was seen as a lovable character, and he was seen as the hero and not the villain, right?
Yes.
But he was one of the more villainous characters up until this point. He stole the shoes. He freaks out and screams
yell a
at
lot.
everybody. He's constantly like belittling people and screaming at them.
But he's dad. He's bringing in all the bacon. He's bringing in all the food. He's winning all the challenges. I think that makes him dad. He can yell at whoever he wants. And remember, don't wake daddy. I just like how like taking the shoes was his original sin, and then he just kept growing from there. He's like, I'll be nice sometimes. I'm gonna wear a skirt. He wears a skirt for most of the season, and they keep blurring out his balls, which I don't appreciate. Let me see him.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, honestly, like, because this was one of those classic situations where one of the teams was absolutely pathetic.
Oh yeah, the third tribe.
And it's Morgan and Drake. Drake's the good one, right?
Morgan's the good one.
Because I wrote down, I wrote Morgan. The Morgan tribe is pathetic.
Capital P.
And then I wrote that I just wrote over at Drake, they're giving massages and Rupert's wearing a dress. Just because it was just like, you know, the one tribe is just like everyone's crying. They're like building a ditch to put their fucking.
Yeah, they built the camp like in the ocean.
Yeah.
They were like, let's make it like the Maldives, or what is that place people go, or they're like in cabanas over the open water. They're going down there, and then they're digging a hole like I do when high tide comes up in year 6. And they're like, I'm going to build a trench so big the water won't get up here. And then Rupert's like, you guys are insane, or whoever came over, I forget.
Yeah, I mean, they were so stupid. They got nothing from the town.
Oh, yeah, they screwed up so bad. They're like, didn't you get food? They're like, I didn't get food. Did you get pot? No.
Well, it's like the one guy's
like, I got the condom.
The guy Ryan, he just started running.
Rhino.
The
rhino.
As soon as they got onto the land, he just started sprinting away from everybody.
Oh yeah, and then he went to the place where you buy the boat or whatever. Yeah.
He just was like, I'm just
classic Rhino.
What a freaking idiot.
He's an electrician. Shout out Foster, another dumb Ryan. I liked how the challenges are kind of like they go point A to point B instead of being all in one little spot.
Yeah.
Like they have to like run the cannon like across the jungle and then or through the jungle and then across the beach. And I was like, they never leave a location anymore. It's always just like we've cleared this forest and it'll never grow back. And here is our jungle gym.
We created this insane jungle gym.
Clear cut. That's what I should have said.
What do they do with all those things? Do you think they repurpose them?
Maybe they build it into the tribal council set. That'd be cool. I wonder what the theme of this one will be. The last one was like castles, wasn't it?
Oh, didn't all the guys take their dicks out?
Yes. Oh yeah, because what's his name?
I'm just laughing because I did. Okay, to be fair.
Wait, why'd they take the dicks
out?
out?
I feel like I just kind of want to say like I watched these like just because I'm like reading it off of my thing and I can't really remember, but I'm laughing at what I wrote. But like, I did watch this like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Nice.
And I'm exhausted. But yeah, no, the one guy's pants just kept falling down, and they were like,
"Oh yes.
They were like, if your pants fall down, we'll all take our pants off."
Yeah, if taking your pants off is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
Say it like the late old lady.
If peeing your pants is cool. Wait, why did I do Adam Sandler?
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
That's disgusting.
Whoa, I can't. Scene.
Dude, I've been getting so bad at accents lately. I can't do British anymore. I don't know what happened.
What
I'm like, oi, mate, you want to get around the pub? And it just doesn't sound good anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
But I can do, what's the one I'm doing a lot?
I
do Wally pretty good.
Wally?
Wally. Which I think Wally is the same as Stitch when you think about it. It's like, oh, Hamilton's family. Like that.
It's so weird.
What is it? Miss Stitch. Ew, Lilo.
That's so funny.
I can do Stephen Hawking good, but you can't say his name anymore.
Yeah.
He was worried about figuring out the age of the universe. He should have figured out the age of those children. My man typed out with a straw 800 pages about the age of the universe, and he's like, I'm not going to ask how old these human beings are.
Do you think he wrote any of those books?
I mean, he definitely like talked them into the computer. Or if you're alone by yourself and the only thing that's going on is like a nurse is coming in to dry hump you twice a day, I think you would talk to your computer a lot too.
Yeah, they all took their dicks out.
So okay, going into the season, I watched other future seasons. The only people I recognized were Rupert, Sandra, and Johnny Fairplay, because I think they were all in subsequent seasons.
I think the guy Andrew also played more than one season.
Thank God. Okay, because that was gonna be my next point. I thought there were some winners amongst the other people, and I was like, Andrew's like an all-time survivor for me. He was so good all season.
Yeah. He did play again, but I can't remember what season it is. But he definitely is the other.
Maybe All Stars.
I think the four of them from this season are kind of the standout characters.
I did like the black guy quitting because he quote unquote doesn't like the beach that much or something.
That guy stunk.
It's like there's bugs and stuff, and I'm out of food, and my muscle definition is going away. He kept saying like,
I'm gonna have to make
I'm gonna lose my
you
figure.
can't watch the whole entire season until we talk about it, because that's also like doesn't happen until like the third episode. But
yeah.
anyway, oh my gosh. I wrote no bra Nikki went home.
Oh yeah, R.I.P.
No
R.I.P. to
bra
her.
Nikki.
They're like, she didn't even bring a bra. I was like, I wish this was an HD. I hate this standard D stuff. I want the HD when I see the D's. Your handwriting's so nice.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of non-binary handwriting. I wouldn't be able to tell if that was a guy or a girl.
Sexy. I wrote down, this is before Jeff started wearing makeup.
Oh.
Because you can see all his little freckles and stuff too. Like,
you're a cutie pie, Jeff. Don't hold it back. This is the only Survivor podcast, and we're here to proclaim your cuteness.
He was so cute. This is before he was all cracked out like he is now.
Hollywood's a hell of a drug. I mad respect to Jeff for after college, he said he wanted to be a TV host, and then he achieved his dream.
Oh, here I had a question.
Lay it on me.
Do you think they teach them what they're allowed to eat and what they're not allowed to eat out there?
I think they do. I think I read an article that they give them like a little overview, and then the camera people know it really well, so they can be like, "Hey, don't eat that poop leaf. That's the poop leaf."
Oh yeah.
Because you forget that they talk to the camera people and the producers a bunch.
Yeah, that's the big difference between this show and Big Brother. Because Big Brother, it's like you could argue that it's easier because they're not like surviving like Survivor out on an island, but they genuinely have like no contact with anybody else but the people that are on the show.
How long do they live in the house?
All summer.
3 months?
I think the last
do
time
they get to go
was
outside?
Because
Because
like 90 days or some shit like that. There's an outside that's inside the house that has some like.
Well, there's like it's in a warehouse or like a sound studio or something.
Yeah, they're in a.
So I was
they're
like, they
in
gotta
a
get
studio.
they gotta go out to get sun at some point.
Yeah, but there's like
Maybe you
real
just smoke
sun,
cigarettes.
But they genuinely are in like everything's being filmed by like motion sensor cameras. They have like passageways that like like doors will get locked and then the producers will come in and drop food and walk out and like reset things, but like they'll be like.
White people are crazy.
Big Brother is crazy. It's
Okay,
a whole different show.
Of the big 3 CBS game shows, Survivor, Amazing Race, Big Brother, Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Oh wow! Well, I would kill Amazing Race.
Oh my God. No.
I'm sorry, but it kind of gives me anxiety to watch like couples fight over directions and shit.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good.
No, it kind of makes me a little bit anxious. It's just like
watching
a show,
parents and children fall apart.
like watching relationships die, and like
It's the
just
ultimate test.
watching people be stuck in traffic in an area where they don't speak the language.
Yeah, I like how they say Arriba at everybody, no matter what country they're in. They're like, yeah, they're not white. Arriba, Arriba.
Arriba.
Yeah, a lot of people say you shouldn't, like, be serious. You shouldn't, like, ask to marry your person unless you've lived with them first. I say no. You shouldn't ask them to marry you until you've been on the Amazing Race together. This amazing race called life.
This amazing race called life.
All right, you're killing the Amazing Race, so now you have to have sex, and then you have to be wed.
I would definitely marry Survivor.
Duh.
And I would fuck the shit out of Big Brother.
Oh my God, Big Brother's watching me touch myself. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other way. But you would flip it. You would kill Big Brother. You never watched it.
Yeah, I'd kill Big Brother. Yeah, have sex with the Amazing Race, and then I'd marry Survivor. And once I was married to Survivor, we could have the only Survivor podcast.
Well, I would have little Survivor Juniors.
Oh jeez, I'd have an Australian Survivor and a British Survivor.
Yeah, do they have Survivor in other places?
The Australian one is allegedly lit.
Oh my gosh.
Lit as hell. I went out with this Australian lady, and she was like, we got talking about Survivor. And I think I only went out with her because of the accent. I was like, oh, an Australian person's replying to me on a dating app? Wait to see how this goes. But she was like, oh, you watch Survivor? That was in it. And I was like, yeah. A shrimp on a babby. And she's like, yeah, I went to the season premiere show. My Delco accent's Australian.
Yeah, oh no.
I went down to the premiere show, and like I met Sandra, I met Johnny Fairplay was there, I met recent survivors I've forgotten, and I was like, oh, that's sick. And she's like, do you watch the Australian one? I was like, I don't have a way to. And then after the date, I was like, can you send me that link? I was really drunk on the subway. I was like, send me that link. And she was like, I'll get it to you, and then never did.
Oh man, dude.
And
she
then
ghosted you on the Survivor link?
We stopped talking to each other.
That stinks.
I'm a survivor. I am a giver. Clarky. I'm on Survivor. Dude, I'm so bad. I'm in the bad.
It's not like. So typically it'd be like
I'm in a
you
bad
would try
headspace.
to do like Australian or British, and they would maybe like you would fuck it up and do the other one, but you're kind of not doing either.
Dude, it's just like I think when I blacked out on New Year's Eve, I just like my brain reset, and now I can't do accents outside of Wally, Stephen Hawking, and Delco.
Delco. Yay.
I am from Delaware County.
Yeah, I am.
Where are the young girls?
I'm trying to think of what accents I can do.
Can you do the robot?
The robot.
I can't do that, Craig. Or what's the line from Space Odyssey?
I don't know.
You can do
Mako kind.
What is that? What the hell is that? What in the hell was that?
No, actually, anytime I want to do a Michael Caine,
Michael Caine.
Mako kind.
I thought you said my cocaine. And I was like, that's a
That
weird
is
voice.
what you're saying. Mako kind.
I can't do that, Master Wayne.
I always think if I want to get into Michael Caine, or the impression I want to do is in the movie Miss Congeniality. There's a scene where they're doing the makeover montage, and so she's getting a bikini wax.
Yes.
And the two other detectives look over at him, and they just hear screaming from like behind a screen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks over them and goes, "Bikini wax." So that's my impression of Michael Caine.
That's pretty good. I
Okay.
used to do a good
Bikini
Obama.
wax.
You understand? That there can only be one sole survivor.
It's getting worse when I think about it.
Yeah, what happened? You hit your head on New Year's?
Don't ever sleep on Barrio.
That's a little better.
Barrio.
Yeah, that's like that Key and Peele weed sketch where he's like,
You'd be good at the.
This is magic. This is your constitution.
You do the
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I guess he misspoke. He should have been saying, I did not have sexual relations with that child.
Child.
Child?
It's my Biden impression. You want to hear my Biden impression?
Of course.
I got hair legs.
I like that one
hair
from.
legs.
What was that one from like a week ago where he was just like, beer.
He said, him and a shaman and nominate a pressure.
Dude, if the Supreme Court started doing that together, that'd be funny.
I had
Choir, the Supreme Court choir.
I had a sketch idea that I pitched, but I didn't actually write the sketch. But it was like it was like political. It was like a political debate, but it was like Survivor.
Oh,
So it was just like it was Jeff Probe still, but then it's like all the people on the Survivor thing are different political characters.
oh, like John Fetterman.
Yeah, it'd be John Fetterman. It would be Kamala Harris. She'd just be like cracking up in the background.
Kamala. You could have Hillary.
Ugh.
You could have
I guess I should.
Margaret Thatcher. Queen Elizabeth II. Meghan Markle.
Too many women. Give me
James Earl Jones. Oh, she's breathing heavy now. I mentioned the Earl.
I'm trying to think. We gotta get Trump in there.
Oh, you know who is good? Jimmy Carter's still somehow alive. Get him out there. It's like when they brought Jimmy Johnson to Survivor. Remember that?
Yeah.
The Cowboys coach. I think he got voted out like the second day. Oh wait, this is something that is applicable to the episodes you watched.
Okay.
How nice is it that they have 3 days in between all the immunity challenges? It's so nice. There's so much time for fishing. There's so much time for whining. There's so much time to get your entire body covered in mosquito bites where it's like physically hard to look at them.
Yeah.
But 3 days. I like the longer game. I think it's good. I think it's great. 40 days.
Yeah, and they
Like
also
Moses.
they kind of stopped doing reward challenges every week. I feel like that's why they have so much time in between, because they'll have like an award challenge too for one day.
Yeah. It would be like
Chilling one day, reward challenge one day, chilling one day, and then immunity. Or no, immunity.
I think it's reward challenge, chill, immunity, rewards challenge, immunity, chill.
Yeah.
When a lady tells you to rewards challenge and chill, you gotta go.
Yeah, you kind of trying to come over and rewards challenge and chill.
Yeah, I have a insert fetish joke here. I just wish, like, I think I'm gonna be really disjointed when I watch the new season in a couple weeks, because I'm gonna start watching another season. Of
Yeah, this is
39
like
days.
jerking off to magazines.
Yo.
And then going back to watching fucking Brazzers.
Yeah. Oh my God. What a great analogy. Yeah. Friggin'.
Well, actually,
this is the Sears catalog out in the woods.
speaking of analogies, I did write down first tribal, no analogies. Thumbs up.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You know what? How much I hate these forced analogies. See, that's the thing is.
Wait, from the
What I
contestants or
just
from Jeffrey?
did was a perfect example. It's like I had an analogy that I came up in my head. It's
Yeah.
kind of a little bit funny. That's kind of what I do. But
Just a little bit.
just kidding. But it's like I hate these forced analogies now. They're like Survivor's kind of like when the sun is expanding away from the. I don't know.
Survivor's like having a C-section. It'll take your inside out and grab the baby. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like going to Disney World with your parents for the first time when you're 5 years old. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you go to Easter brunch and you shake the Easter bunny's hand off and you're like, wow, there's a man inside all of us.
Oh, I hope there's a
That happened to me and I got
inside
so
me.
scared. I'll make a man out of you.
Like, I can't really remember. You have a better memory than me, but you've already watched the whole entire season.
Steel
like,
trap.
but do you remember, like, what they were kind of like? I don't really fully remember. Like, what was like the plan going into tribal? Was the plan to vote Nikki out?
It's still just vote the weak people out. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, they're bad around camp. They don't pick up logs, so they gotta go. It's like before anybody actually started thinking about I feel like it flipped. Like it was like only caring about what they do in camp, and nowadays it's like these people are tied. What's like what's her name doesn't do shit at camp, and then they boot them.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely wouldn't vote off Rupert when he's like, I wrote the start of Rupert's fish reign.
Oh yeah, there's a great part. Did you get to the part where this tip of the spear falls off and he gets really mad at Bert and Will? Yeah, I love that. I was like, pause, a bathroom break.
Well, speaking of pause bathroom break, I mean, we just went through the whole entire first episode.
I'm ready to go recap the whole season.
Should we stop and then do episode 2 real quick? Or you want to just? I can't do the whole season because I don't have notes on the whole season.
Well, I mean, we could just talk about stuff. We can just talk
let's talk
Survivor.
about the second episode really fast.
Okay.
Well, not like I'm just because I wrote. What do you want?
I know. Let's go. Let's finish the notes and then we'll talk about general Survivor stuff. Because you can only get this content here. Got nothing for you. The world's only Survivor podcast.
The guy Austin said, "No knock on him. He just physically has nothing to offer."
Oh, is that when that they have a Skeletor that season too? What's his
Which
name?
is so funny because it's like obviously that's like a huge knock on him. You're basically saying somebody has nothing to offer is like the word. You're basically being like zero. You're at zero. You couldn't get any worse.
Yeah, it's like that person admitting to you, like, I got nothing for you.
Yeah. He's got nothing for us. Is basically what he's saying.
I just like there's always one super jacked guy every season, and half the time they're a big baby, and half the time they're the awesome dude. You remember Jonathan from a couple seasons ago?
Yeah.
He was he's my hall pass. My girlfriend's aware that Jonathan from Survivor in Florida is my hall pass, and if she would just move her hall pass from James Earl Jones to Jonathan from Survivor, we could maybe go down to the midnight train to Jonathan's town and just have some fun.
Around.
Question: if you, who am I? Friggin' Dwight from The Office. Question? That's not it. Michael. If you cash in your hall pass, do you get another hall pass? Because people go in the hall multiple times, you know.
No, I think
They should change the name then. It should be like a mortality card or something. Something you only get one of. I don't know.
Well, hall pass would be like you would get. Well, it depends what kind of fucking. I don't know.
You
It's
had-
just
oh,
not
you-
the definition of it.
you
But remember,
still-
you used to get hall pass, like a little pass that had your like one time use only.
We never had those, Grandma. We would just sign out in the bathroom log.
Sign out in the bathroom log.
No, did you not have a bathroom
so
log?
fucking creepy, dude.
Dude, I was trying
tracking
to.
all you little boys pee.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to do a bit about it because like there was always a clipboard or a copybook, and you'd sign out and look at the clock, and I hated it because I had a really hard time with analog clocks for a long time, and so I'd just be like, and then I just look above and like add a little bit. I'm so bad at analog
Prison.
clocks.
Wait, this
It's true.
is actually funny because I wrote this again for episode 2. I wrote the thing about the post tribal and they're all upset, and then I wrote over at Drake. Rupert's living his best life.
Yeah, he was just like thriving. I also still can't believe they like one of the prizes was a sewing machine. They're like Jeff's like, hey, sew your clothes. Burn your own feces for warmth. Like it was so weird how they just gave him like random crap.
I know, it was really bizarre. And then I also wrote down that it's so weird seeing them have water bottles at the camp. Because they
have
had
water
like
bottles
actual
now.
like water bottles. Like plastic water bottles basically
What?
at the camp.
Oh right, because they got it
Because
from
they got
town.
them from town, so I was just like,
Yeah.
it was so bizarre seeing like human like it's just like now it's
Human
like
stuff.
human stuff, but it's like now it's like they really only have like their clothes and then they have like whatever supplies, but they wouldn't have like plastic water bottles. It's like there's a trash can or anything like that. It's so bizarre.
It's kind of nice though when you're in Panama. You can just throw it in the ocean. It'll go right to that plastic island, plastic beach, plastic
I
monster
don't even know
in
what
the
some of this
ocean.
stuff means.
Let me take a look.
It says poor skinny Ryan.
Yeah, he's this season Skeletor.
And then I said skinny, and then there's an arrow and it says extra strength.
Yeah, he was this beanpole of a man, and then his only friend was Lil, and they were just like the most adorable odd couple of
I didn't
bums.
say this, but I did right here. I wrote Ryan Lillian with a heart. Nerd duo. Because there's usually a nerd duo. Like, sometimes there's a nerd duo. Two little
Yeah.
weirdos, and they just connect and bond.
Yeah, I just I think we should just talk about season 7 in general because I have some feelings about the end.
Well, I didn't watch the end yet. I mean, I know everything that happens, but it's like I'll lose all interest of watching it.
That's true.
I need the suspense.
Did in the episodes you watched, did they say you got it? Well, you're driving the bus. I'll just be.
Sorry, I'm not
I'm
driving
along for the
bus.
ride.
I'm just looking at my notes, and it's like, I think this is
Sate's
why didn't you
taken.
write any notes?
Sate's taken. I have some on my phone, but then I wrote it in my joke notebook, so it's kind of
I
far
think
back.
These are funny. It's funnier. It says really leaning into this pirate theme. Because they
Yeah.
have to steal an item.
Yeah. Wait, the stealing is so mean.
It's really mean. Like when we can jump around a little bit. I'm just like I do like to go off my.
Hey, I like the
I
notes
like
too.
the notes. But Sandra's when she went over and took the tarp, I like wanted to cry.
Oh yeah, especially they were like treating her like crap. They're like, "You take it down. I'm not touching it." She's like, "I'm gonna ruin your shelter." I was like,
It made me want to cry that they took the tarp, dude. I'm like, just take like some fucking, I don't even know. Like take someone's shoes or something. I'm like, I don't even know.
"Yeah, put this.
Just-
This tribe's on suicide watch. Take their
that's what I'm
shoelaces.
saying. Yeah, take their shoelaces.
Take the machete. Take the shoelaces. Take the big rock." Yeah, I just don't like how. Let it out.
No, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying how. Oh man, when they go, they're so tribal. In early Survivor, they're like, "Oregon's the greatest," and Drake's like, "Meh." Like, but they're still like, "We're Drake strong" or whatever. And I was like, Drake's gonna suck in 20 years. Joke's on you, dude. And I'm so close to the mic now.
He just keeps getting closer and closer to the mic and louder and louder.
I have the mic in my mouth.
Brr.
I'm
Look at
Drake.
your levels, dude. You're wild.
Ooh, I'm spiking.
Off the charts.
We're playing beach volleyball. I'm spiking.
Oh, here. This was the second episode, I guess, because I wrote down Sandra goes over and steals the tarp.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, but this is why I keep writing down, end up back at Drake. Because it's like they keep showing just the most fucking sad, horrendous thing going on at the Morgan tribe. And then they cut over to them like doing like Mayflower or whatever, the dance around the pole with flowers. And they're like, do 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 do. They're like fairies in the forest. And like they're like eating a feast of fish. And everyone's like sewing each other clothes. It's like, what the fuck is going on over here? So when Sandra goes over there, she's like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it was like she went to Panama and saw how people are living.
She was like, it's like a girl going on a service trip in college.
Yeah, mission trip to Africa
They
greatly
don't
changes
have
to women's profile
toilets.
picture.
They don't have toilets.
I like how when you're on the game of Survivor, you have these opinions and then you forget them when you're on your podcast. But I had a good idea that disappeared. If they did get a tarp later, and then Andrew was like pointed to the shelter and he was like, "This is retarped."
Ooh, fun.
That was spelled great. That's a spelling joke.
I love that. Yeah, dude. Sandra this is where she got her villainous shit, though. Because she was like, she said the black girl.
Yes.
She said the black girl was looking at me. And then she said, sleep tight, bitch.
See, I had very little Sandra exposure before this. Like, I'd only really seen her in Winners at War. I hadn't seen any of her other games. And they voted her out so early in Winners at War because they're like, she's Sandra. And I was like, who's Sandra? And now I watch her, and I still don't think she was in, like, a beast mode. I mean, I guess her thing is kind of being under the radar all the time.
She's really, really good at not only reading people, but knowing exactly how much to pull at strings and when to sit back and when to pull another string. So it's like a lot of times people in the game, they get they are doing well, and then they get cocky and they kind of like show their cards. But she will like notice people. She's like an animal. She'll like notice people seeing that she's playing too hard, and then she'll back up for a minute,
That's
and
a
then
good
she'll come
concept.
back in. Like she's very, very good at actually knowing what people are thinking. Because you know when people get cocky and they're like, I could never be voted off, and then it's like they're the next person to go. She actually knows like what people are saying in their confessionals that like she wouldn't know otherwise, or what's really happening. It's impressive.
She pulls a crawling through the forest eavesdropping moment
Oh yeah.
later, and I was like, Tony, I thought Tony invented this.
No, dude, Sandra invented the whole.
Sandra's
frickin'
really
game.
the OG
She's-
homie.
She is the OG villain and the OG like hardcore player of this game. I mean,
I
she
wanna
came
see-
back as the like mentor in the one.
Yeah, okay, I gotta watch that one. I love Boston Rob. Wait, the thing with the Sandra is like she was. I didn't think she was like villainous until later in the season. She starts like destroying stuff in camp and blaming it on other people, and I was like, it all makes sense now why she's on villains.
Oh yeah, she was pretty vicious. She definitely was one of those people that was like, I'm out here playing a game, so anybody that takes things personally is kind of a pussy.
Mm.
Because like I'm a good person, I know that I'm leaving that at home and I'm fucking winning $1 million.
Yeah, that's what it should be. I was thinking, I was like, people. This is what 2005, 2004. I don't even know.
Yeah, it was probably
Early aughts,
Yeah.
early to mid aughts.
it was part of the aughts.
Yeah, my brother got the aughts in college. It was pretty bad.
But I think this is the second episode. Is the episode where Austin basically starts going, "I'm gonna quit. I'm sick. I might get pneumonia. I might get this."
Oh yeah,
I
I've gotten
get that.
pneumonia before. It's like, yeah, buddy, we've all had pneumonia. We've all had pneumonia.
He was so, and it's like it's so weird when you're like, I basically can't even stand up. I can't move, and then you go and you are like running around playing football on the beach
Oh
and
yeah.
and splashing around in the water. It's like, oh yeah. You're
He goes
acting like
like
a child. It's like if you're gonna pretend that you're weak and you can't do anything, then sit on the fucking beach and be a bump on a log. Don't be like
Yeah, he went full Top Gun.
playing around. Yeah, with
He's like, grease me up, Rupert.
your dick out.
Yeah, gosh. Oh man, he must. Did you see how much longer his pixelation was compared to everybody else's pixelation?
I think I did write down like they must all had pretty good sized penises to be whipping them out in front of everybody.
Yeah. Well, I guess I would whip it out because you couldn't see it. You know, unless you have a magnifying glass or bifocals.
They all want to take their dicks out. But yeah, she was like, sleep tight, bitch. I wrote down, the orange team is bumming me out. Because they really were.
Yeah.
And this is the episode where Sean loses the spear.
Yes.
And then
I started doing a grid pattern.
Rupert finds it? That's cool.
That I like cheer. I almost stood up on my couch and started clapping. I was like, "You did it,
He
buddy."
gets up and he starts losing it. I was like, yeah, man.
But then when after he found it, I like cooled off a little bit, and I was like, "Yeah, I guess if I had unlimited free time." Like he literally has 20 hours to look for the thing.
Dude, it's you don't even know if it's out there. You don't know. He couldn't even tell him exactly where it was.
Yeah, he was so mad.
The
I've never seen a human
current
being adder.
exists. It's also it's like you're underwater and you're just flashing your eyes around. It's like the odds of being able to do that just to me seem so insane.
You think it's a plant? Do you think the producers planted a little flag next to it, and they're like, "Hey, Rupert, you want to be the hero? Get over
No,
here."
I think that, but yeah, maybe that was his like save the cat moment though. Is that he calmed himself down and he just had the patience to go out there and find it, as opposed to like just sitting there and yelling at the guy and keep blaming him and being pissed.
Mm. Yeah, he did work through his trauma. He was like,
I
you know
was
what?
impressed. I was a little inspired in that moment because I would have sat down and been like, fuck you.
Yeah, losing stuff's bad. What about the part
Oh.
where they play Survivor?
The immunity in this
What was
episode
the challenge?
fucking pissed me off. They were like prisoners floating, and then they had to swim back. They were like pulling them.
Oh,
Then they had to
yeah,
swim
yeah.
back after they untied themselves. And then Orange was actually fucking ahead.
Yeah.
Morgan was ahead. And then they lost their lead because they couldn't untie a knot.
Ooh.
Just possibly the easiest thing. Learn how to untie a knot.
What if you don't have fingernails? I chew my fingernails off, and then you can't get grasping on the every knot becomes Gordian when you got no fingernails.
No, it's like, dude, they're
Use
thick,
your teeth, I
they're
guess.
thick ropes, and they're not like tiny little. It's not like untying a knot in
Fishing
in a
line.
thread.
Yeah.
It's like a thick rope.
Do you think
The
you? What's
other
this?
team was able to get it untied. They were ahead by like a good amount.
Yeah.
I wrote wow.
Whoa. Wow. What what's the strongest knot? Do you think you could tie a knot strong? I feel like I have no knot tying skills.
No, I mean I don't really know. I used
Like,
to
if
do
you-
like
if you had a
macrame and stuff.
Oh, like weaving?
Macrame is like not. It literally is knot tying basically.
Oh.
But
I thought it was a kind of macaroni for many years.
yeah, it's a cookie.
You have macrame for lunch?
You wanna try some of these macrames that I made? That I baked?
Looking for his son.
Whatchamacallit though? What was I saying? Oh, I could probably figure something out to make a relatively strong knot, but off the
Like
top
if-
of my head, I wouldn't have confidence to say I could tie a strong knot.
Like if I had to like subdue a home invader and I managed to rein in my vengeful wrath of anger and not kill them for betraying the sanctity of my home.
Okay.
And you got time. I'll put something until the cops get there. I don't think I could do it. I think I'd be like, hey man, can you just chill over there? I know neither of us has a gun, but like I don't know where the duct tape is.
Well, my whole thing is I'm confused how they even fucked this up. They had to untie knots. They had to untie knots from behind their backs with their hands tied together, right? They were able to do that faster than the other team.
At least have to undo each other's knots, right?
That sounds dirty.
How dare you? This is a child-friendly podcast.
Oh yeah,
Especially
the
if you're
#1
Stephen
podcast,
Hawking.
Survivor podcast for kids
The #1 and only Survivor podcast for kids
and
that
adults.
Stephen
human
Hawking
beings,
would chase down in his little
men,
wheelchair.
women, children, others.
Women and children first, and then everybody else can listen. That's the way it works. We do Titanic rules here.
Yes. Yes.
Jack!
Mar.
You know what I really didn't understand?
That's a good one I do. I do a good Jimmy Stewart now. In the new year, I do a good Jimmy Stewart.
Mar, the kids.
Okay. the voice is not as bad, but whatever you did with your face was kind of
Mar,
upsetting.
You gotta open your mouth weird for Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have it. I have that in my.
Oh, I was doing a
it's-
good
it's
John
like-
Hamm.
What do you want, the moon?
What do you want, the moon?
I can't do it. I sound like Mickey Mouse.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter.
An angel gets its wings, Mary.
You kind of do have the.
Mar.
But you're the thing you're doing.
John Hamm plays this like.
Every time
Shut up, kid.
Dad!
Mary, shut that kid up.
That's a different podcast.
Mary, get that kid to shut up. It's Christmas.
Oh gosh.
Why are there so many impressions on this
I
episode?
think it's fun.
fun.
The
Catch
whoa,
me outside, how about that?
Habada.
John
You
Hamm.
do Dr. Phil?
No. You want to do Steve Harvey? Do you want to take turns doing Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
I must be killing myself.
My Steve Harvey would be like, OJ would have killed the dog too, but the dog was too quick for OJ's ass.
Good Lord. I never seen him do comedy, actually. I've only seen him on Family Feud.
He came out, he goes, you hear about it in the news every day? Gotta get it out of the way? O.J. Simpson. You're not gonna like what I have on my side because it's gonna say fuck O.J. on both sides. I can do the whole bit.
Oh my God. Here, you do him, I'll do Hannibal Buress.
Oh my God, what's your Hannibal Buress?
I flick the pickle juice on my sandwiches for flavor.
That's really good.
What's that mean, Grandma? We can't fuck no more? And why are you talking about my weight, Grandma?
Oh my God, it's good.
He's my
What's my
favorite
other
comic.
comedy ones that I have? Oh, Sebastian.
Oh, your Sebastian's really good.
It's
Can you
not.
do
It's so bad. It's good. It's good bad.
I was doing the Only Survivor podcast.
Yeah, well, he's goes, my father. But I can't think. I can't think of the Sebastian Maniscalco joke.
I was looking at
Oh,
some.
he goes fingering it out of the bag. See, it's not good. It's funny that it's bad.
you just need one
I
phrase,
could
you know?
do it better, but it's funnier that it's bad.
Yeah, that's the best part about comedy. Unless it's somebody you want to see fail,
Go
then
start
that's the
a
best.
business.
There's
What
oh,
are you doing?
John Hamm was on the new season of Fargo, and he's like a cowboy, like right wing guy in North Dakota, and he's got this weird accent where he just doesn't open his mouth. Like it's like,
Interesting.
and he's like,
You got the devil dancing on your tongue tonight, Nadine.
it's like almost Irish.
You
It's kind
got
of
the
funny.
devil dancing on the
Dancing on your tongue.
dancing on the.
Are we rowing? Are we rowing? We're friends, aren't we?
I think I can do actual Irish better than the leprechaun one.
Marion. Marion.
Okay, back into this because we'll just end it on the end of episode 2. But I didn't write down who got kicked off. Do you remember? The
No.
Morgan team had to go back. I wrote.
It's probably Ryan. I think Ryan, if it's the episode after the Dick Cannon thing, Ryan got voted out.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but then a little spoiler for next episode, but
Ooh.
the
Spoil away.
the people who get voted off are not quite out of the game. Do you remember this?
No, but I was really. I was really.
It's like Redemption Island, like 20
I
years
was
in
pretty
advance.
high when I was watching these episodes.
Pretty high while we're talking about these episodes.
I know. We get a little high.
Come and get high and loosen my hips.
Survivor. Here at Ponderosa, baby.
Ponderosa
USA.
is
USA.
smoking up in Ponderosa.
Yeah, we were snuffing. Torches.
Ponderosa Pines. I
We were
heard that's a
torching
tree.
snuffs.
Yeah, I snuffed my torch, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we were snuffing torches.
Fire is is your life in this joint.
That is. Joints are my life.
That'd be
Joints
funny.
for life.
Jeff ceremonially recaps the bong.
Yeah, you have to put your joint out. With like a little tiny thing. Snuffer.
Stuck on my way. Intercepted. Don't ever sleep on Barrio.
Burr.
It's like,
We're going to have bodacious jock babes.
Maybe I'll have to practice the Jeff impression so I can pull that out on the podcast.
We're going to have a
Come on in, guys.
surplus in
He
the pussy department.
Jeff kind of has such a normal voice that it would be hard to do an impression.
come on in, guys.
Come on in, guys.
Come on in, guys.
Come on in, guys.
Come on in,
I don't
guys.
think we're allowed to say it anymore.
Well, I mean, this is the only Survivor podcast. I think we can do what we want.
The one, the only Survivor podcast.
Yes.
And I think we're just gonna wrap up there. And the next time we'll try to maybe we'll recap like 4 episodes.
We'll recap as much as Sarah has watched.
We're gonna try to recap this whole entire season in a few episodes before the next season starts, and then
This sort of season
we're gonna jump
46.
back into the
real world of Survivor.
yeah. And honestly, if you love this podcast and you love Survivor, and
Yeah.
there, we know there's billions of Survivor fans out there.
There's 7 billion Survivor fans in this world.
And you actually, you wouldn't believe that, but it's true.
I checked the facts.
Just checked on their facts. But I feel like every single I guess if 1 billion, so even if like,
If we get 1
even if
billion
1
people on our $1
billion
Patreon tier,
listen if we could just get 1 billion
good money.
people to donate $1 to watch behind the paywall content. When spring rolls around, we're gonna. Oh no! Did that
no, the
just?
camera's charged in.
Oh, it is.
If 1 million people can order a McDonald's Big Mac a day, imagine if they gave us $1. We'd have money.
Dude, stop being a fat fuck.
We could
and
buy
buy
Fiji.
Big Macs and give us your money.
Yeah, for real. We are offering. It's not like you're getting nothing for your money. Okay, you give us whatever
Yeah,
the
we got
cheap.
nothing for you, but
Yeah, our Patreon is something for you for sure.
but if you give us your money, we'll get it together to get something for you.
Patreon.com/got-nothing-for-you. If you join, we're gonna make you an immunity idol. That's the promise. All right.
Yeah,
if,
we'll
if
make
we get,
people immune. There's so many things that we could do with the Patreon.
we'll make you a fake
No-
immunity idol.
No promises, but
We'll give you a real one.
yeah, we'll make you a fake one, and then we'll make you a real one so that you can trick.
Yeah, so you can get on the game
you
and
can
trick
trick
people.
with the fake one.
Yeah, I'll give you a knowledge is power advantage and tell you a deep dark secret from my past.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's 15 Patreons. 15 Patreons. I'll tell you an embarrassing story that you'll have power over me for sure.
Yeah, and then if we get 1 billion, we'll both apply for the Survivor.
I think we should do less. I feel like we should apply. We should do the.
Obviously, I'm trying to set the bar
Yeah.
high for us because
Oh,
this is obviously
sorry.
the one and only Survivor podcast that exists. So I
Yeah.
feel like we have to set the bar pretty high.
Every
But
other Survivor podcast can lick my balls and
suck my
yeah.
tits.
yeah, they're gonna be having a good time. You know, the other Survivor podcasts that don't exist are my hall pass.
Oh wow.
They're my hall pass too.
Anyway, subscribe to
yeah.
the Patreon. We will actually put stuff on there.
Yeah, I'll do rants on there until we get some content. I don't care.
Yeah, or I might start recording like my first like a 5-minute debrief, like my immediate thoughts of what I think about the episode without my
Ooh.
notes, and we'll drop
Yeah.
those.
What if we just dump, like, because I watch faster than you typically, I could just start dumping my thoughts on there, and it's just for our loyal followers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we'll put like a.
But if we don't listen to each other's,
Yeah, we don't have to listen to each other.
yeah, I don't
I
subscribe
don't
to my own
really-
Patreon. I'm not
I'm
an
not
idiot.
gonna fucking listen.
I'm not gonna
to
pay
you
myself
talk
to listen
more.
to myself. That's insane. That's like going to a comedy show.
Yeah, it's like being a stand-up comedian with a podcast, but that's us, baby.
You got any
Follow
dates?
us.
You got any dates coming up?
Oh, ugh. I do, but just follow me on Instagram, Cerebellum, and follow my other podcast, Sidebar with Cerebell.
Sidebar Cerebell, very funny. I can't get on it. Who books that?
I gotta actually start doing it again. So if
Mm.
if more people were listening, I would do it regularly. But
Yeah.
I don't think I have to do it regularly to get people to listen to it. But
I
you
don't
know what?
about
Life
that.
is so hard, and
It's true.
now we're doing this. March 16th.
Barber
Philly
shop.
Barber Co. 2 shows, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Shane's
Hell
gonna be on
yeah.
it. I'm gonna
Hell
be on
yeah.
it. Bunch of
All
funny.
our best friends.
All of my funny friends are gonna be on it, and there's gonna be a link in my Instagram in the next few days.
Yeah, and if you play your cards right, you can get your hair cut, and I'm not talking about your head.
I get my hair cut there, believe it or not. These luscious locks under this stupid ass hat.
I don't think Rick listens, so I can tell the story. I went there because I met Rick, and I was like, I'll go get a haircut. And it was so loud in there, you just couldn't hear me because I am mumbling, and I feel bad because I'm not making good small talk. I'm like, bah, 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 bah. Like it's like it was I felt so dumb. And then I liked the haircut, but then the second time I went, it didn't. It was weird. It was all uneven. I'm sorry, Rick.
Oh my
Now I go to-
god, don't say that. I'm cutting that out. Don't say that.
I edit the podcast.
Rick's
Sorry.
my favorite
I love Rick.
person that's cut my hair pretty much my whole life. And I'll
my,
let him do
my
whatever.
mom cut my hair
I'll let
once.
Him, maybe it's your head that's fucking crooked, bitch.
God, Jesus
Roasted.
Christ.
And should we go out with the I'm a survivor?